Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to take some foam board and turn it into a textured piece of terrain. I'm using this for playing Warhammer, but you could also use this for any type of tabletop role-playing game, or just if you want to decorate, or maybe you've got a project that you have to do for school and you need some stone decorations. But today I want to talk about how to make this cobblestone looking texture in foam board. You can see I've got it there, and then I've done it on the inside as well. So the first thing you're going to need is a big piece of foam board. Now you can get this and this will last you a really long time. It's super cheap, that's why I'm choosing to use this. And you can see, grab this at Hobby Lobby, it's only $2.99. Now, other tools I'm going to use, I've got my X-Acto knives here, I've got a ruler, a pen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out the piece of terrain that I want to turn into cobblestone. Now that I've measured it out, I'm prepared to cut. Remember, X-Acto knives are super sharp, so be careful. Make sure you have parental supervision while you're doing this. Alright, at this point, I've got my foam board here. It's all cut out to the size that I want it. However, it's got this paper on it right here. And sometimes we want the paper on it, but for this purpose, I want to get to that foam that's on the inside that's super easy to sculpt. So in order for me to get the paper off, what I want to do is soak it in water. Now, I don't want to soak the whole thing because I don't want a whole bunch of water getting into the foam. So here's a little trick. The foam is nice and light, so if I just drop it into the sink with some hot water in there, it's going to just float on top, which means it's going to soak the paper, but it won't soak the foam. So I'm just going to let it soak there for about 10 minutes, and then I'll come back and check on it. Alright, now that it's been soaking for a little while, I can go ahead and pull it out. Shake some of that water off. And now, if I can get a corner of this, you'll see peels right off. I don't know how well you can see it, but right here on the edge, it's kind of shiny. That's the foam that I want to get to. And so really, this piece right here, there's a little bit of paper left on there. I'm just going to start rubbing it, and a lot of it will come off. And if it doesn't all come off, I might just need to soak it for a little while longer. You just keep on rubbing it until it all comes off. Alright, now that all the foam's off, I'm ready to start sculpting. In order to sculpt this, I'm using a stylus, which is basically a little bit of a carving tool, but really if you look closely at it, it's just a pin with a little ball at the end of it. So if you don't have this tool, that's okay. You could also use just a regular old dull pencil. And that's going to put some marks on it, but that's okay because you'll probably want to paint it later. So anyway, using my stylus, I'm just going to go ahead and get in here and start drawing a random shape. Sorry, it's kind of hard to draw and hold the camera at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and pause this for a second. Okay, there's my first stone right there. Now, I have my stylus that I've used to carve this. It is just a little kind of oval shape. And then what I want to do is kind of go in and add a diagonal, go in, and it'll just kind of soften the edges so it doesn't look like the stone was just cut at a 90-degree angle. But that's how I make one stone, one shape. And then what I would do from there is just repeat that process until it's all filled up. So I've got the stone pattern carved in. You can see it looks a little bit random, as cobblestone should, but all of my shapes are kind of rounded off. Now, the one last thing that I do to this is you notice that all of the tops of these are nice and smooth, and that's just not how I want my cobblestone to look. I want it to look a little bit worn down. Well, in order to get that nice beat up texture, all I have to do is take a ball of aluminum foil, and then I've crunched it, but I haven't squeezed it too hard because I don't want it to be smooth. But then I can use it and just press down into each of these surfaces, and you see that it starts giving it that weathered look. So I can just repeat that over and over again until I get the texture that I'm looking for. Sorry, it's a little shaky. Trying to do this while holding the camera. It's a little bit of a challenge. But there we have it. I've got this nice cobblestone texture. Now after this, I'll want to use some craft primer to prime this. Regular spray paint will melt this, but then you can paint this however you see fit. Thanks for watching.